Hello, welcome to the first episode of Records I Can't Believe I Still Have in Stock. Now, this was something that I thought of the other day, and maybe it'll be the last episode, who knows. Every once in a while I get an idea, I'm like, I'll try something. If I like the way it works out, then maybe I'll continue it. If not, then that's it, one and done. But anyway, I was scrolling through my records and, for my store, and I see some stuff that I fucking had forever. And I'm kind of surprised about it. I mean, part of it is I know I'm still growing. There's not a ton of business coming my way yet. Most of it still comes through discogs, though my site is growing on its own. But there's a lot of these things, at least initially, I pulled in based on my own personal taste, records that I had a tough time, finding to bring into the U.S. And decided, I was like, all right, well, maybe I'll try to do something and bring these things in bulk. So anyway, that's a little bit about what I've got going on. This is kind of where I do it from my home office. I do all sorts of shit. It's where I clean my records over there. I got business over here, books there, stereo there. Well, my personal and business stuff is all fucking overlapping here. But anyway, so I'll enough of the babble. I'm going to start with the first record because this one was one of the early ones that I brought in. It might have actually been in my first shipment, which means I've had at least one copy of this for over a year. So this is Eleanora they're out of Belgium. And they play a great blend of freaking chaotic hardcore and sludge. It's like it starts out with the intensity of a band like Converge, and then settles into an Amenra type stomp and groove, and really, really heavy. Their follow-up, Mare, I also have in my personal collection, just fucking fantastic record. I don't remember the prices on my site. You're going to have to go look. That's how I get you. But most of this stuff is pretty low. I do try to price it competitively with discogs, and I'd say 90% of what I have is, in many cases, the lowest on discogs, but also a lot of times the only copy available in the United States. That's really, if I see that that's the case, that's one of the reasons I go for it. This one, you might be able to find another copy. I don't think it'll be as cheap as on my site, though. This one's sealed up on black, I can tell you that much. The prices that I have on them for a little bit different. Those are for local meetups and gatherings. They don't quite represent the price on the website. This is here's atmospheric black metal. This is a band called Wolvencrown. This one I'm actually not that familiar with. I know it was well received, had great ratings, great reviews. It's on green, limited to 100 copies. Not an easy one to find, so I was kind of surprised that that's been sitting around for a few months. A lot of times I only grab one, thinking either A, it'll be one and done, B, if I'm lucky and it sells quick, I'll go grab another one on my next order, or C, and that's it. It sits for a little while. So if anything, I'm going to introduce you to a few new bands anyway. All joking aside, if you don't get them from me, I'll never know. But I will put links to the band because I think this is all shit that's worth listening to. That's why I'm doing what I'm doing. Actually, I'm going to combine the last two into one because it's the same band. But this Enisum record, Enisum is one of my personal favorites. Our Pathanian Lands and Season of Desolation are like peas in a pod for me in terms of atmospheric black metal. It's kind of like Cascadian black metal, but they call it Arpentanian because they're out of Italy. But anyway, this one's only limited to 400 copies on black vinyl, and this one is the reissue of Samoht Nara. I believe their first full length, if I'm not mistaken. So that one's been hanging around for a while too, surprisingly. But again, another one that graces my personal collection, and I also have copies of both of these in my personal collection. So I'm gonna just put both of these up here together. But if you're not familiar with the band Solbrud, it contains the mastermind behind Afsky, which definitely gets a lot of reviews. So I was kind of surprised that if I got Afsky records, they come and go. And I think I was only able to get one, and it lasted about that long. But that's another project that really has his blueprint all over it. So I'll put links in. Seems like it's a short video. Where's my time? Under 5 minutes. Give you 4 bands to discover. That's 3. I'm going to add one more to it. I'll give you 4 bands to discover if you'd never heard any of them before with links. If you like them, come back and fucking buy some shit.